Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 189 of Perpetual Backlog. I am one of your hosts, Aqua, and joining me, perpetually, like always, even when Leek isn't here, is Dollet.
It's me. Hi.
Yeah. We don't have Leek this week because last week their
Yeah,
kid was sick, and now they're
they're
sick.
under the weather. Yeah,
So it's
that's just the way of it.
just a bunch of sickness all around, especially even on
Mm-hmm.
my end, because after we did podcasts not last week but the week before, I got sick. So I was
I
dying.
guess I'll see you all in 2 weeks after this one because I'll probably be sick next week if this is just how it's
I
going to go.
I don't know what mine was. I apparently got like an infection in my leg, and I think that caused me to get sick. So
Oh, that doesn't sound ideal.
yeah, that's why I'm on antibiotics. Um, but it looks to be gone. I just have a rash on my leg now, so I'm gonna get some like Claritin and stuff to try to get that cleared up.
Hmm.
Yeah, I should be Gucci. I think I'm on. Tomorrow's the last day of antibiotics, so that'll be fine.
Fair enough.
But before we get into our podcast that we now do every other week, because sometimes we just don't have
Bi-weekly.
stuff to talk about. um, I know some of you have not hit that subscribe button, and I ask this question: why? Or as Ryan Reynolds
But
would
why?
say, but why?
But why though?
But why? It's a big red button. It's at the bottom of your screen. You can press it, and we'll be all happy. And it's free. It doesn't even take any bit of your time, especially if you're on this episode. All you gotta do is scroll down, click. Easy as that. Anyway, so I've been playing video games. Is what I do.
Oh,
Wow, oh my god, I've played a lot of shit the past couple of weeks. All right.
I bet I have not. But go on.
Yeah, you've played one thing over the past like.
Two.
Well, Blatcher doesn't count.
Oh, just the one thing. Yeah.
Blatcher's was poker, man.
Well, if you're gonna take that away from me, then yeah, you're absolutely correct. I don't
um.
appreciate being called out like this.
Yeah. So Steam Next Fest happened this past week.
Mhm.
So. Now I've only played one game that was on Steam Next Fest. And that was AI Limit. There was a demo. And it's where you play as like
What is that?
it's Souls-like. You play as some anime girl robot type thing, and you go
Okay.
against other uh robot s type things slash like in this demo a bunch of sewer monsters. Um, uh, it's okay. It's very stiff. Um, it does the one thing I hate it when Souls like do when you're locked on. You don't have a dodge roll. It's a dash. I hate the dashes, man. I don't know why. I don't know why games do dashes.
I
All right,
don't mind if you still get the iframes.
they're not as good as rolling iframes.
Well, at that
Like,
point, yeah, because I guess your hitbox gets real small and they might miss you just because of good
yeah.
hitbox
Um,
stuff. But fair enough. Fair enough.
I got up to the boss, which I assume that the demo ends after this boss. It's interesting. They have this thing where you have a bar, um, and if the bar is above 50%, you get access to some like spell moves. But then using that will drop it down. Um, and the only way you get it back up is doing attacks, just normal attacks. When it's just above 50%, you get uh just like I think it's like a times 1.5 extra damage, and when you have it up to like max, you get like 2 times extra damage and stuff like that. Um, um, there's also a parry. Um, they give you access to 3 different weapon types. There's a sword, dual swords, and a great sword.
Okay. Quick and
And
deep
it
and
it's
slow.
yeah, it's interesting. I don't know if I liked it. I didn't beat the boss because the first boss is a lance wielder, and that immediately turns me off. Because I hate fighting lance bosses. All right, because they just have like 280-degree attacks, and
Sweeping and movement, yeah.
they do like 18 billion thrusts, and their thrusts are hard to dodge. And it's okay. I don't think I'll get it, but I played it. It's okay. It kind of felt it felt like a kind of a worse version of Lies of P. I'd say.
Oh, okay.
Um,
That's kind of unfortunate because Lies of P also has uh,
Issues.
hate it or love it gameplay, and
Yeah.
a lot of people didn't love it. So
Yeah. So that was that. That was okay. Um, I played the Metaphor demo. I didn't beat the Metaphor demo. I'm in the side
it's a
dungeon, and
long demo.
yeah, I'm in the side dungeon in the Metaphor demo.
Mhm.
I did get my wisdom up that one rank, so I did purify that dragon slayer weapon,
You
which is
love to
cool.
hear it.
Um, but I haven't continued past it because like I don't really want to get into a turn-based game at the moment. After just beating Kai.
Yeah,
Um,
and it's a long game. I
yeah.
mean, is it long?
What?
Yes, it actually doesn't feel that long. I'll explain in a bit.
Yeah.
What else did you get up to?
Um,
Or why don't you want to get into? Oh no, because you were just playing Kai, so like
yeah.
back to back long form
I
JRPGs.
I've got another RPG or another game that I want to play that's coming out this week.
Ace,
Oh yeah.
yeah,
And then I can now talk. I could talk about the East demo, which is
yeah, yeah, yeah,
up,
yeah.
which gives you access to pretty much about a quarter of the game. Um,
No, really?
yeah, it's about a quarter.
I know it was
I heard it's
long, but
about a quarter of the game.
that's crazy.
Um, Dude, man, demos are just shareware now. Um, I love I mean I actually like it that Falcom does this stuff. All right, I like it that they give you like a huge portion of the game up front because it gets you invested in the game.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
and then when you hit the point of like the demo's now over, you're like, okay, I'm invested. I kind of want to play more or whatever. This
It's
game's
certainly smart from a marketing standpoint.
yeah.
I do kind of miss the days where we had um good vertical slice demos, something that took place somewhere in the middle of the game.
Mm-hmm.
But I do like it's hard to argue with the way the demos work now, especially being carryover.
Yeah.
It's much more respectful of your time,
Mm-hmm.
and it's good marketing, like frankly,
Yeah, it's very
because
good marketing.
for what you just said, like it is excellent for getting people invested in a work.
And you get to carry it over, and so when you buy the game, you just get to start up where you left off.
Exactly.
It's so good. Um, East 10 feels really good. Now that being said, I feel like I'm playing on one side of my controller. Um, and that's because like the right side of the controller pretty much does everything in this game.
Just so yeah, you're just working with the face buttons.
Face buttons, R2, um, yeah, because like when you play as Adol and a Viking pirate named Karja. These are the only 2 characters you play as in the game,
Yeah.
and they are mystically handcuffed together. And this uh translates into their gameplay as well. Um, R2 without Adol is just a block. R2 with Adol and Karja is an even stronger block, but also gets you access to the duo attacks that they do. Um, and this game seems very geared towards blocking than kind of the other games are like more geared towards dodging. You do have your flash dodge in this game because you can't have a modern East game without like flash dodge and stuff. Uh, and there are attacks that you want to do the dodge instead of doing the blocking, but it's more centered around blocking. Um, because you have like three tiers of blocking. You have a normal block, which just blocks and it does a little bit of damage or whatever, but also increases a little bit of your revenge meter. You have a revenge meter that when you block, it increases up to I think up to 5 times. You get an item that increases it up to 5 times, and then it'll just grant you 5 times extra damage on your next duo attack or duo skill. The second tier of block is the just before perfect block, um, which I think negates like 90% of the damage, but also increases your revenge meter by a lot. And then there's the absolute perfect flash block, which gives you access to uh a follow up attack that you press X on, and you go into like this uh cutscene attack with you and Karja doing an attack. Um,
And it looks sick, to be
yeah,
fair.
it does look sick. And you get that. You get that if you like the timing's very tight for it as well. Um, so because obviously they don't want you fucking like doing the duo attack like back to back to back to back to back. And I think it's
Yeah, no,
only on
obviously.
specific moves you can do that too. I think it's the moves that like if the boss has like a red aura, that you can do it too. So yeah, it gives you access up to chapter 3. You play a decent bit of chapter 3, and you get to an island, and this island has a boss on it, and it stops the demo right before you fight the boss, so you don't even get to fight the boss. Um,
Actually, I guess it's not that cruel. You've already played like 16
yeah,
hours. Well,
yeah,
8 at least, but
yeah. I already played a decent bit, so it's fun. I think I actually kind of think it might be better than I kind of feel like it might feel better than East 9, and I really like East 9. Um,
yeah, East 9 was pretty good. I mean, but I'm gonna be honest, because they're able to focus on 2 characters, I also think looking at it, that looks better than East Nine's game.
yeah. Yeah, because I enjoy there being like a large cast. I mean, I play the Trails games. Man, those games have an insanely large cast.
It's
Um,
so ridiculous, and it keeps they there is no this train has no brakes.
yeah. Um, but it is nice to have like a smaller cast to just and not have to deal with the attack type. You needing to swap characters to do specific attack types. Because then that pigeonholes you, at least for the beginning of like the first half of East 9, it pigeonholes you into using certain characters. Because I mean, one, you're not gonna remove Adol from your party because Adol's like your main character. Um, and he's also Adol's lore is actually kind of insane. The
It
guy
is.
guy the guy literally kills gods. um,
Plural. Just
yeah,
once every so many years, it's just time to take another one.
yeah, but he just so happens to have the propensity of getting into shipwrecks and somehow tripping and losing all of his super artifact gear.
Just
Um,
it's very annoying.
yeah. Uh, um, Yeah, so like it does pigeonhole you into using certain characters, at least until you get the item that swaps the character damage type. So if you wanted to use certain characters, you can swap their type if they like overlapped with other characters.
Hmm.
But yeah, East 10 seems very good. It comes out on the 25th, so I really want to play it. I haven't bought it yet, but I more than likely will. It's a Falcom game. I've played all the other East games. It's really good. Music is oh, Falcom music doesn't miss. So, um, it's super easy to like just listen to fucking any type of Falcom music and just be like, yep, this is peak. Um, what else? Oh, so I got Satisfactory.
I have seen this. I've seen you pop up a couple of times to play
Um,
that. How are you finding it?
I have like 23 hours in it already. Um, it's
Oh,
fun.
yeah, fair. That'll do it.
Yeah, I'm at a point. I'm at a point. So I had Zeke make a server, make a dedicated server. So for any people that wanted to play or whatever, they can just hop into the server and like do whatever they want with it. I've progressed a base far enough to where we have a bunch of shit. All right,
Sure.
but I can't progress by myself anymore
Wait,
because
but why?
I'm at a point where you need to start doing exploration while also maintaining the base.
Ah, I see.
Um, so I kind of need other people to play with me because I'm not the base maintaining type. All right, I'm the go around finding shit and bringing it back type when it comes to these games. Um,
Eat
the
grab
23 hour,
terror.
I I would. Tara's on vacation right now. All right, so
Oh.
so I've been waiting for her ass to get back. um, like I have a good setup in the with the base that we have right now. I'm in phase 4 out of like I think there's or there's 10 phases, right? So I'm just like just under halfway through, but I'm at the point where like I need multiple of certain like structures to start making the amount of stuff it's asking for the next tier. Um and I just don't have uh the time or or like the brain to set up a base, like a multi-tiered base that can like do stuff that way. Tara's somebody that can, but she needs to come back from vacation to help me with that. That's one of the main reasons why I had Zeke put up a server to put up like a dedicated server. So if I'm not on, some other people can be on. Also, there's a
Sure,
way
sure.
at base Satisfactory is only 4 players. All right, but you can actually go into the INI files and change it to change the max
Take it
players.
even further beyond.
So he made our server 20 player server. So
Oh, wow. Okay,
yeah,
that's a
but
lot of
20 people are
factorying.
not 20 people are not going to be joining at the same or like be on at the same time. But I do know Tara will join the server. Um, 2 or 3 other people might join or whatever. I might be able to rip somebody in from like our other server to
Mhm.
like hop in and like do some stuff. But like I'm at the point where I really want to go around and start exploring, but I also kind of need like armor and stuff as well because there are monsters in this world that will fuck you up.
I'm gonna be honest, I didn't even realize there was, like, combat and monsters. I thought it was
There is
literally just a factory sim.
no you
A really,
there's
really pretty factory sim.
yeah you are able to run around and like and there's like boars or whatever that charge at you. All right. There's these fucking. I walked into the desert and there's these fucking like fly bugs or whatever that explode near you. and shit
Mhm.
like that. It was annoying. And like the only thing I've been able to make is a fucking like kind of an electro sword. Um, so yeah, I just kind of need multiple other people to help with like the actual like uh base maneuvering and stuff like that, because I have a good setup right now. Like I've got a bunch of mining deposits. I've got all the stuff. I I have a container that's full of like 6,000 wire and like 4,000 ingots and all that shit. So I'm like I've got I will never run out of fuel. I have so much fuel to power everything right now. So I have it set up for people to come in and just like actually like move stuff around and like make it like a cooler looking base and shit like that. So so I stopped playing Satisfactory when I got to that point. I hadn't played it like all day today and everything. What I did play today was I downloaded, I hopped back into uh Atelier Rise 2 and I beat the game. Cuz I was right near
Hey,
the
he
end.
finally did it. He finally did it.
Yeah, I was like
How
I was
long
like
has it been?
uh probably about over a year.
Too long. Much
Yeah.
too long.
I hopped in. I was like 2 or 3 ruins away from the end of the game, or from like the final boss. I went in, I did it. I fought the final boss. Was woefully unprepared for this final boss. All right, uh, because uh, when it comes to these Atelier games, I'll get to a point where I think I'm good for a while, and I won't do any like alchemy stuff. Uh, and so there was uh I may have had some underleveled gear. And the final boss wiped almost everybody in my party. Or it wiped everybody in my front line, and then I had one character left. Like I had one character on the back line that came in to do like the last like 84 HP of the boss, and then I beat it, and I was like, all right, okay, we're good.
It is
Good.
done. The evil is defeated.
Evil is defeated. I am now primed to play Atelier Ryza 2, except that game's like $100, so I probably won't pick that up for a while. So, yeah, or Atelier Ryza 3. Um, yeah, that game's like at $60, but it's like fucking season pass is like $44, and there's like DLC. There's DLC that comes with that season pass. So, yeah. Um, of that, I beat Kai.
Nice.
Yeah, that game's wild, wild out the
That
ass.
ending is wild.
I've shown you this ending. It is wild. uh, uh, I've got no idea where it's gonna go after this.
I genuinely like that is a choice of an ending. I'm so sorry for you all having to deal with this for a number of years before you get the next one. That was rude. Like in a good way, but it was rude.
So apparently, after Kai 2, we're just calling it Kai 2 right now. All right. Um, after Kai 2, it is 90% done.
Oh, getting near to wrapping up the whole
Yeah,
series.
people in another server seem to think that there's going to be at least like 4 more games. All right. I can see 4 more games if we're including Kai 2. All right. Because I can see us
A
ending the
wrap up and
series
then
with a
a new
trilogy.
trilogy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um.
yeah.
I here's what I want. All right. I do not want them to introduce new characters. I don't want a new
No, just have
cast.
the
I don't want a
yes,
new
have a
cast.
best of.
Yeah. I I think it needs to follow our previous bracer group, like the liberal group, all right?
Sure, sure.
At least Estelle and Joshua. or it needs to follow the church. Um,
I'm just saying, and I mean, my vote doesn't count for much, but I want an eight leaves school
so
game so bad.
I think I think Kai 2 will be that game.
Let's go. I mean,
I
makes sense given the end. Well, some of the cutscenes and some of the situations in Kai. Yeah, I can see it happening. They're setting up for it really well.
Yoon Kafai knew a bunch of shit. All right.
Hmm.
He stated that the 8 leaves will join together in Kaiten, which is apparently a kind of a new world-esque type thing. Is apparently what Kaiten means to
The
the
great
fucking
heavens.
yeah. Um, and I think that's what I think what Yoon Kafai was alluding to Reen was with what happens at the end of Kai, all right,
Yes.
the the next bit is the world of Kaiten.
Hmm.
That world that the setting of Kai 2 is considered Kaiten.
But hear me out. Hear me
Yeah.
out. What if what he was actually foreshadowing was nine more games?
Oh god. Please no. Uh I might be dead by the time 9 more games comes out.
That fucking valid.
Uh uh yeah. So I think we might get some extra 8 leaves people next game. And not just Reen, Yoon, and Shizuna. I'm kind of hoping. Well, actually, I'm really hoping they bring in Anlace, considering Anlace is like Yoon Kafai's like granddaughter.
Full school in, please.
Um, because you do meet another one of Yoon Kafai's relatives.
Hmm.
Um, you meet his
I don't think I saw this, so this is news to me.
you meet his grand nephew, who you know the guy that's always running around with Shizuna, the ninja dude that's always running around with Shizuna, Kurogane.
I no, I think I've missed. I know that they exist, but I don't think I've seen them yet.
Um, yeah, he reveals himself to be uh Yoon Kafai's grand uh like great or grandnephew or something like that.
Fair,
Yeah,
understand that.
great nephew. Did I not send you the picture of that?
You
Must have
might
not.
have, but this brain can forget so much stuff.
Um, there was there was a lot of shit in that last day. There was a lot of shit in that last day. In that game, too many revelations, too many,
All of the revelations.
and I don't even know what they're gonna be doing. I don't even know where Kai 2 is gonna be. So
I don't like. So, how do you even start Kaitu? Do you just start Kai? Well, no, never mind. We probably shouldn't say that just yet. But
in the
I
most roundup.
assume it's going to be a very nostalgic for this arc start,
So
though.
I'm debating on whether it actually starts where I think it starts, or it starts a year later. And Vaughn goes through things that he wouldn't have went through due to certain an
Sure.
absence of someone. Because a lot of things a lot of things wouldn't happen if that person's not around slash the Genesis isn't around to cause any issues.
Right.
So I'm wondering if they start at the actual beginning point, or if they skip ahead and being like, this is what Vaughn's doing at this point in time, you know. No, no. The reason why the reason why it wouldn't be that way is because Graham Hart makes his plans during the Great War that happens in Cold Steel 4.
Right.
And the reset doesn't happen. The reset doesn't go back that far. It goes to Kuro 1. So yeah. Certain stuff will still happen just due to Graham Hart's plan still being there. But that's all I can say without actually being this thing spoiling the shit out of thing. Also, I played League of Legends last night.
I'm sorry.
I played
I'm so
ARAM.
sorry.
I played ARAM, so did I really even play
Alright,
League
well,
of Legends?
I mean, you did, but at least it's the most tolerable form of League of Legends. That is still League of Legends.
Yeah. But it's only because, like, I've been watching Worlds, which has been insane.
Oh yeah, I've missed. I was so good the past couple of years of seeing it. I've not kept up with it at all this year.
We almost beat Genji. We almost beat Genji.
Oh my goodness, Shell was telling me about this. That's insane. And I thought it was just Genji having like a absolutely horrendous day, a
No,
bad
we were
draft average. No,
actually stomping
apparently
them. We were
Fly just like they
actually
locked in.
yeah.
I was
I
like, oh
was
my goodness. An NA team like fully locked in Worlds? I've never seen this.
here's why I think they had the upper hand in most of those games, in some of those games. All right, they did not scrim any Eastern team. Because
Yeah, this is what I was being told.
They know the Eastern teams leak their scrims to other Eastern teams. So
Fair. Absolutely valid.
So they didn't scrim a single Eastern team. They only scrimmed of the other NA. They only scrimmed TL and G2 and Fnatic, and I think MDK. So I think that's why they had the upper hand, because they had picks that Gen G wouldn't have thought about or whatever. Because like in the first game, Quad picked. In the first game, they flexed Ashe Seraphine into Seraphine being mid, and then picking an Ashe.
All right, never mind. I forget. No, Ashe support.
Ashe at ADC.
Never mind.
Ashe at ADC.
Yeah.
So they first picked Ashe and Seraphine, and then they last picked Alistar, and just flexed Seraphine into mid. So Quad played Seraphine mid against an Ahri, against Chovy's Ahri. So it was an insane series. There was I had the hope. Yeah, I had the hope. That hope was squandered in Game 5 when they lost. But
yeah,
it was so close.
No, they put in a performance, man.
They actually could have won Game 4 as well, or whatever. There was just some instances in Game 4 and Game 5 that just did not allow them to get the upper hand. They fell into the Yone trap because Gen G didn't ban Yone, and so FlyQuest was like, let's grab Yone for quad. But then Chovy was like, I can just play Smolder and beat Yone easily.
Yeah, I mean, like yesterday, recently found out what Smolder actually does because he's one of the champions that came out long, long, long after I stopped playing. I didn't
Yeah.
realize he was one of the infinite scaling champs, so
Yeah.
that's always super dangerous to give to anyone. But what are you gonna do?
Yeah. So, but I got to saw Fiddlesticks Jungle in Worlds, so that was hilarious.
Wait, did he have the
Yeah.
skin?
The Happy Birthday
Beautiful,
skin.
beautiful. It's the only correct skin.
I
Don't get me
think it
wrong.
was. I think it was the Happy
Every
Birthday
skin is
skin.
correct. Every Fiddlestick skin is now correct after his
Yeah.
rework, but that
Yeah.
skin is just objectively the most correct.
Happy birthday. Um, yeah. No,
Surprise!
it was great. I am actually proud of FlyQuest. They did a phenomenal job.
Yeah,
Um, and if
big
they
kudos,
keep it
big
up,
kudos.
next year, they could probably win. Well, not win Worlds, but they could probably get farther than quarters. So
A
I
world
think that
wherein NA is actually represented well. And I say this, but like C9 put in work for years and TSM before that, but
yeah.
to see like actual meaningful pushes for the top.
Um. Yeah. They definitely need to keep the they need to keep the same roster. Uh, I bet you it felt really good for Quad because Quad used to be on the same team as Chovy.
Hmm.
Quad was didn't get any games in because Chovy was on the team, and so Quad just transferred to NA. So it was great. Um, yeah, I that was the I played 3 matches of ARAM last night, and yeah, we won one. I also remembered that I'm actually pretty good at Shen, so I used to actually play a
Big
lot of
tanky
Shen.
ninja boy.
Yeah, I used to play a lot of Shen back in the day. So, uh, but yeah, that's all I played. I mean, I played East 9 a little bit, but it's just East 9. I already talked about East. So yeah, that's all I played.
Well, you have correctly identified that I spent the majority of the time since we last spoke playing Metaphor Refantasio.
Yep,
That game was good.
that's what I hear.
I was genuinely unprepared to have like nothing but good things to say about this game because I am notorious for buying a Persona game, getting about three-fourths of the way through said game, and stopping and just
Yep.
burning out super hard. But no, Metaphor has been absolutely great. It turns out when every day is Sunday, the game is better.
When every day is Sunday.
When you get to like have a full day to do things, it's so nice. Like the school system is actually the worst bit about Persona.
Yeah.
And specifically for me, who already hates high school as a setting, I can't do it anymore. I can't. And now with Metaphor, I never have to go back to playing the other Persona games. Which by the way, for those who I'm sure are very angry at this sentiment, Metaphor's absolutely just Persona.
Hmm.
It's got the press turn system of SMT, but it's a Persona. It's good because Persona 5 was excellent in terms of most things.
Hmm.
There are in fact bonds, so there are social links. Um, there are there's a calendar system which I'm not in love with, but again, when every day is Sunday, that calendar system means a whole lot less. So
Yeah.
excellent. Uh, there's no romance.
The only thing that matters is the timer. Is how many days you have
Yeah,
left.
exactly. Exactly. And planning around this game is way easier. but yeah, it is Persona in all things. There's no romance, and I think for storytelling purposes, that's probably fine, but listen to me, Atlas. You threw Hulkenberg, Brigida, or Brigade, no, Brigida, and Fabienne at me, and then said, "Look, but don't touch." What the fuck? I so desperately want to wife up Fabienne because that child is my daughter now. Maria is my daughter. She was the first social link I maxed out, and if anything should happen to this little girl, I will burn this world down. And Fabian just ticks a lot of boxes. It's really just that simple. She takes a lot of boxes. I really thought Hulkenberg had it in the bag, and then I saw Brigida at the shop, and I was like, "Oh no, what's happening? I'm being targeted." And then I promptly ran into Fabian and was like, "Oh, all right. Well, that answers that. We have our we have our de facto wife." She's a tired, motherly older woman who condones political violence. She's employed, she cooks, she dresses like a Velvet Room character. She's perfect. She's perfect.
And that's what I messaged you. I was like, yeah, so Grease's wife
Correct.
can get it.
Absolutely. Grius was a friend. I do this on his behalf.
I will take up the mantle.
But the character is young, so that was never gonna work out. Um, a lot of my gripes are dealt with this. We have a more adult cast in that, actual adults.
Hmm.
That's really cool. I know Will is technically an adult, he's 18, but they do so much to remind you you're not really an adult, and that kinda sucks.
Yeah.
I would be all in on someone like Hulkenberg, a full ass adult with like an actual backstory as MC, but I'm not through the game story yet, and there is nothing wrong with Will. I just would have preferred like an actual full adult cast.
Yeah.
We can say that the topics they tackle are adult in nature because they are, but let's not pretend like Persona is not tackling adult themes. It's a big
True.
part about why the Persona games can be so dissettling because it's a bunch of underage kids having to tackle these bigger than them themes. 5 literally starts off with a horrendous case. So, um, it's a little shallow in the way it presents this. Like it's boy oh boy, this game is still clearly made for kids. Like we are dealing with big adult topics, but we have to explain it like you're 10 because you might be 10. And that kind of sucks. I feel like that does take away a little bit from this. But other than that, it's great. There's not a character I don't like. The characters that I don't like, I'm meant to not like, so I like them because of that. The writing is mostly good. The character writing is solid as always. I don't think that the team ever really dropped the ball on this, and they've been the team since Persona 4, if not all the way back to Persona 3. So
It's three.
yeah, very very strong writing on the character fronts. Um, It can be cheesy as hell, but sometimes you need it to be cheesy as hell, so the gameplay is great, and I think the gameplay is probably gonna push forward JRPGs going ahead. This is probably the action oriented gameplay that I think JRPGs could get and not feel like you're losing a lot of what makes them an RPG.
Hmm.
Because you have the split between real time combat for when you're just aggressively more powerful than things, so it respects your time. You're too strong. You just kill these things in one shot. Kill them in one shot and move on. It's great. I love it. Also makes farming really
Oh
easy.
man, it's
Uh,
almost like another game series did that before. Atlas did.
It's been the joke, like man, ooh, Kiseki beat them there by just a couple of years, and they literally just did the same thing.
I mean,
So like, yeah, like
you were also able to just destroy enemies outright in the field, if you got
this
powerful
is what
enough
and this is what I
back in Cold
mean.
Steel.
Now that the next Persona quote unquote game, like now that Metaphor has done it, I think this is just going to become the de facto. I think
Yeah.
the Kiseki series understood that this was the choice, but they don't. I still don't think they have the sway in the industry.
Oh no.
And now that another organization is doing it, like this has to be what happens going forward because you still have your turn based combat,
Yeah.
and it's still what you know. Some of the naming schemes are slightly different, but it's if you've played a Persona game before, you are right at home here. And if you've played 5, you even get the fun UI.
Yeah.
I've not played Reload yet. I'm assuming that UI has been touched up and is also fun now.
Yep, it is.
Okay, so this is just the new standard. The presentation is amazing. Not going to get into the story. If you've kept up with the story from the trailers at all, there is a big competition to be king. That is actually what's happening. There are twists and turns, most of which I haven't even made it to yet. So I look forward to that. Besides Metaphor, which is, by the way, definitely a Game of the Year contender, I think this beats Rebirth. I just don't know how people felt about Wukong. Because in my head, Wukong doesn't make Game of the Year. It definitely makes the noms, but I don't think it takes it.
I don't think it
But
makes
I
Game
don't
of the Year
know.
either.
Yeah,
Actually,
but I
I
don't
don't
know
even
like
think it gets the
how.
nomination.
You don't think Wukong will get a nom? Damn. Okay, well maybe.
I didn't hear anything about it. Wukong came and went.
Interesting. Interesting. I remember
I
a
like
lot of people.
I'm not hearing about it. Like
You're right. It doesn't have staying
I
power. This is true.
I still hear about Rebirth,
Yes.
and that
Yes.
came out
No.
in
Correct.
February.
So when it comes to Wukong, I just wonder if it's because it's so Chinese centric.
Like,
Like
okay,
it's
so I think
it.
it gets the nomination only due to the fact that there's not many games this year.
No, for sure. Like and this is a big part about why I think it definitely gets enough. Like I don't think that's in question, but I could be wrong. I think we will definitely see Wukong as one of the temple's game of the year. I think it's probably going to get action game of the year.
Yeah.
Uh, but I think it's going to get like a game of the year nom. I just think this year was light, and that's not even strictly speaking true. But I don't think we had the winners we were used to the last 2 or 3 years.
Mhm.
Um, we definitely had Rebirth, and I think Metaphor is better than Rebirth, especially with the way people speak about it. Um, I know that a lot of the mini games, most of the mini games that were represented in Rebirth were in the original. But the fact that so many people were getting burnt out on that game and speaking openly about it, so much so that there was this massive back and forth of this game's too bloated. Well, you don't have to do anything. The moment that that started, it's like, ooh, yeah, but if this conversation's starting, that's actually a negative. That means that there is bloat. Mm. And I've not heard a single thing about that in Metaphor. And I'm gonna be real here. This is the first like fucking RPG like this since Final Fantasy 12 that I'm going to grind out like all my characters to max in. I guess 14, but 14 doesn't count. 14 is an MMO. Didn't do it in 13, didn't do it in 15. I haven't even gone back to 16 yet, but 16 is not an RPG, and therein lies the issue.
Yeah.
Like that game I'm playing just to feel Devil May Cry, but Final Fantasy. I don't feel the need to like do everything like that. But Metaphor is great. I think it has a strong chance to take it. I think a lot of people are going to be angry about that. But
Well,
no, it's great.
I wouldn't be mad if Metaphor gets Game of the Year. Uh I do not think it gets Game of the Year.
You think that Rebirth still takes it?
Yeah. I think the
Yeah, and I wouldn't
popularity
be mad
still
about
takes
that.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't be mad about that because whilst I think that Rebirth is bloated, I can be
Uh,
argued about that. I don't like I am not always right, but I think it is bloated, and I think that the difference between Rebirth and Remake is stark in that distinction. I've said it before. I was able to platinum Remake no problem. I played through that game twice. Like when I finished it, I immediately started the hard mode playthrough. Um, I struggled to finish Rebirth, and not for the story. Story's amazing. Oh my god, it's so good. But I just, I, it felt like a drag at the end. It
uh,
was
I still think
rough.
that's more of a mindset issue and not
I
the
agree.
actual game
No,
issue.
again, you are correct, and this is what I was saying earlier. It's a case of um, the
Game
bloat
was
is
too
there,
game was
but
too
it's
good and you
optimal.
played too much of it.
Exactly. It's like you ate too much of a good thing, and now your stomach
Yeah.
hurts.
Yeah.
No, so like yeah, like it's I'm using negative terms, but it is a good thing. It was bloated. It
Mhm.
was full of Final Fantasy VII, which we all want.
Mhm.
Um, so yeah, no, I think that there's a very strong case to be made that yeah, 7 is what's going to end up taking it. I think that's fine. I think seven's only real competition is Metaphor. I think the other games that'll be
Oh yeah.
nominated are
Yeah.
Wukong and maybe Astrobot. I haven't played it yet though, but oh my god, it's whenever anyone speaks about a game that it wasn't made by Nintendo like a Nintendo game, that's
Yeah.
crazy.
I mean, to be
So
fair, I could also I actually could just see Astrobot taking it as just an
I
upset.
yeah, I need to pick that up maybe next month? Soon. I definitely wanna get
Well,
my
nothing
hands
comes
on
out in
that.
November, so
Exactly, right? I wanna get my hands on that. A lot of people were saying so many good things, and I've managed to see nothing.
yeah,
So,
me either.
I'm and I but honestly, Astrobot, it's it really does feel like it's the experience that matters anyway. Because Astrobot has always been even back from Astro's Playroom, it is the very best of what the PS5 could be. It is the only game that uses the PS5 to its like fullest capabilities, not in terms of graphical output, but in terms of here's all the shit the PS5 does, and specifically the DualSense controller.
Mhm.
So, I look forward to that in a month or so. Um, other than that, I lied. It wasn't just Balatro. Um, Hades 2 got an update.
No, no.
Hades 2 is getting very close to being finished now, and it
Oh
added a
no.
whole new section. We can now pursue uh whatever's sieging Olympus. And turns out the thing that was sieging Olympus was Ben fucking Starr. I didn't know this. I just saw that there was an update for Hades 2. I didn't actually look at the trailer. So I went in there and my like this is an older save file. I'm actually pretty beefy on it. Make my way right through Olympus no problem. Ran into Dio and his enormous personality. That was a surprise. Good for him. Um Ran into Athena. Saw a lot of old stuff come back. I saw a fan favorite come back. I saw the Divine Dash or Reflect Dash. Uh Good to see the crutches back. You love to see it. And then I ran into Prometheus. I was like, "Who are you? You look really cool." And then he spoke, and I was like, "Excuse me, Clive? Wait, what's happening here?"
The mother crystals
So yeah,
must
I've
be
not beat him.
destroyed.
Yeah, I've not beat him yet. I've only run into him 3 times. I've not beat him
Mm.
any of those times. He's a fucking pain in the ass bird. He's a Final Fantasy 14 monk. There is a full on 14 dodge the red zones boss mechanic transition I was not prepared for. So, oh man, that is cool. Um, Lots of artwork has been updated. So characters that didn't have artwork before now do have artwork. Some characters that didn't have a model have a model. Some aren't finished, but we're getting there. Like I said, they added a whole new zone. They had a whole new story section. They added characters, abilities, a new weapon. I believe there's a new companion in there that I've not met yet. There
Hmm.
should be a Doge in here somewhere, so I will pet the Doge. Yeah, I love this game. My goodness. I don't jive with all roguelikes, but like this is the best of the best for me. This is like the bar by which all roguelikes are uh measured against. Sorry, Rogue. Uh I'm very pleased with this.
When
Uh,
is when is Hades 2 gonna get the all important co-op update?
I I
Hey
want to
man,
say
that
never, but
Teenage
there's a
Mutant Ninja
chance that I
Turtles
don't
game
know.
has co-op.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say like this game's not gonna get caught, but there is the smallest of chances that whenever Mel runs into Zag, maybe they could do sibling things. This is a I don't rule this out. I'd be kind of about that. Just beef up the boss's hit points a bit and let two people run through. That would be cool. That'd be cool. I would like that. But that's what I got up to. Other than that, it's Balatro. Balatro has not changed. Balatro is still amazing. I played a whole lot less of that than I did of Metaphor, though. Metaphor has had me by the boots. Um, and it's what I'm going to be doing not when I leave here tonight, but it's what I'm going to be doing with the free time I have. I would like to actually finish this. I don't know where I am in that game, come to think of it. I assume I'm about 3/4 of the way through. I've put in about 40 hours, but I spend a bunch of that time grinding. So if it's a 40-hour game, I suspect I'm going to enter the third act at some point here and like all the twists will start happening.
Hmm.
Um, that's my guess. I'll let you know when it happens. And yeah, that's really all I got up to. I was actually surprisingly busy this week, and I am in the process of making myself even busier now. So
Yeah.
we'll see how that goes.
A little update on the league. I was so I was watching my friend play last night, and
Sure.
uh and he ended up playing with a Riot Laserface, who is known online as Ben Forbes. He's the guy that runs the like the announcements and the patch notes shit for
Oh,
Riot.
okay. I mean, it's always sick to play with a Riot employee. I don't you get something? No, that's fucking
That was
Halo. Never
Halo. That
mind.
was Halo. Yeah.
Whoa, she's so I brain blast. Wait till I was like, don't you get something for like playing and killing a Riot employee? No, that's Halo. That's
No.
absolutely Halo.
No. No. He got into one match with them, or whatever, and then they just invited him to their 5 stack. So
Nice.
and then added him onto his friends list. So I was
You love
like,
to hear it. You love to hear it.
and it wasn't like it wasn't just like a random fucking like Riot employee. It was actually like a known Riot employee. Because obviously you could work at Riot and just be and have the name Riot whatever.
That's true. Yeah, you get that just by being well, I assume you get that just by being an employee.
Yeah, I'm sure if
I'm sure you get like a
Leona,
Riot account.
yeah, I'm sure Leona, who now works with Riot on localizations, uh,
Wait, which Leona? That Leona?
the one that did the localizations for like trails and stuff. She does
Oh, I feel really did I know this? Should I have known this? Did you tell me this
what,
already?
that she works with Riot now?
Yeah.
I probably mentioned it. Yes.
Yeah, this is like first time I'm hearing it all over again, so
Yeah, yeah.
what? When did this happen?
Uh, uh.
Also, not to be incredibly ridiculous, but what is she localizing?
So I don't know what she's specifically working on for Riot. That's the thing. And
Because
also
they're not doing their
Riot's in multiple. I mean, fucking League of Legends and stuff is in multiple countries, man. So she could be localizing stuff for
so
League.
localizing out. Okay, okay.
Yeah,
My dumbass was thinking like, so what is she getting from
yeah. She's
that she
most
has to
likely
translate?
localizing out. She's like translating stuff from
Okay,
English into.
translating to
Yeah,
a different language, not
yeah,
from. Got it. See,
yeah.
that's where my head went.
Um,
Okay, that makes much more sense.
yeah. I don't know what part of Riot she works for. Um,
God, I'm really sad that they got rid of Riot Forge. God, those were good games, and they could have made an RPG, and she would have been and her casting would have she could have been in it. It would
Mhm.
have been so good.
All right, she's not specifically actually a Riot employee. She's
No, she's a
contract.
contractor, almost
Yeah, she's
certainly.
contract.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's a localization producer at Riot.
Mhm.
It's a
Makes sense.
contract. Yeah. So, I mean, she probably could have a Riot. Still have a Riot account most
Eh, it
likely.
could be a perk for being a contractor for them, sure.
Yeah. Um. But yeah, that was just really cool. I was telling my friend Ethan, I was like, all right. So after this match, you send them a friends request. All right. Uh, and if they add you, you just be like, I'm cool. I got a Riot employee on my friends list. So,
Yeah.
and I mean, they accept it. So, I mean, Ben Forbes probably seems pretty cool. So, he plays Bard. So, I think he just mains
Yeah,
Bard.
I'm so tuned out of Riot, I don't even remember who works there anymore. Like, it's just freaking Riv. That's the only 2 people I know. The one artist I used to follow that did, stuff is gone, so
Does Freak
I
even
like the
work for
artist
Riot anymore?
stylists. I I don't know, it's been a long time. I assumed he did. I thought
Yeah,
he had, like, stake in the company.
Freak still works for Riot. He's a game
Okay,
designer.
hey. That seems like a horrendous idea, what? You know what? I don't know the guy, maybe he's really good at his job.
I know Dash doesn't cast for League anymore, so
I don't remember Dash. I feel so bad. I don't remember so many people who, like, I used to watch, like, weekly, daily almost.
and Rivington doesn't work for Riot anymore.
No, Riv left, eh?
Yeah, he's just a freelance caster for Valorant.
Alright, so he's still working for the company just as a freelancer
Yeah,
now. Okay, it's a
yeah,
contractor. Fair enough.
yeah. Uh, yeah. I'm sure there was something else I was gonna say, but I can't remember it. Um,
Well, that's fine. We got
yeah,
news to talk about.
we do. We
Not
got
much,
news. Not
but some
much.
good
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah. Very short.
Hey guys, don't forget to sub to the channel if you're into what you're hearing. While you're down there, remember to like the video as much as we like you. You'll be good now.
So that really high quality looking turn-based RPG, Expedition 33 or whatever, it was announced at Summer Games Fest this year, I think.
Yeah. I
Uh,
remember this coming out and people getting very excited.
yeah,
I
because it
won't
looks
lie to
sick.
you. So so here's the thing. I won't lie to you. I immediately had the worst take possible. I
Yeah,
looked
the
at the
worst
game and
take
said that
was
game looks
it's fake as hell, right?
well, no, I was like, this game looks bad and I don't think it's gonna amount to much because I didn't catch like a good look at the gameplay.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently the stream I was looking at was just kind of borked during the expedition because it didn't look great. And like I wasn't getting a lot of information. But everyone, like you and Matthew and Nat and the entire Discord really blew up about this game, so I had to go back and look at it.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, this game looks sick. What?
Yeah, dude. There's what is it fucking like QTC cut-ins during fucking turn-based combat and shit like that, and
Yes,
it's
active turn base is crazy.
it's super high fucking fidelity and shit, or like at least it's stylized super well to make it look like it's like
Yeah.
high fidelity.
Yeah,
Um,
it's still I can't tell, like, sometimes it feels like it's got a painterly thing going on, and then it goes away, but yeah, no, there's definitely an aesthetic here.
the story seems a bit compelling.
Yeah. I
Um,
mean, the story doesn't certainly doesn't seem out of place for any RPGs. I definitely dig it.
yeah. Um, Now the insane thing about this game, all right. It has been announced that it's about around 40 hours of story, all right, which
Yep.
is a decent
Stock
RPG
standard.
length.
Yep.
Yeah, stock standard. $50, so not even full price. It's just fifty
Love to hear it.
dollars. And the voice cast for the game is an insane UK cast.
It is crazy, crazy.
Like these are people that have been in a lot of TV shows for UK. Clive, literally, the Ben Starr is a character in this game.
This is certainly true. This is certainly true. I have the cast list right in front of me, and like I still can't believe it because you have uh Charlie Cox, so Daredevil.
Mm-hmm.
You have Jennifer English, so Shadowheart from Baldur's
Baldur's
Gate.
Gate, yeah.
You have Kirsty Ryder from Sandman.
Mm-hmm.
You have I think her name is Shalanix,
Yeah.
maybe Shalanix, from The Old Guard, which is not my favorite movie, but what are you gonna do? You have Ben Starr from Hades 2, sorry, Final Fantasy 16. And the one that threw me the hardest is Andy Serkis.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? Like, how'd they afford him? Also, he sounds great. Oh my god, I've gotten so used to him being a character actor, I forgot that he could sorry, when I say character actor, I got him so used to being like Gollum and, what's his nuts from Black Panther, right? Where
Yeah.
that's not just him speaking. Like, I heard him on Renoir, and I was like, "Oh, what? Oh, right. You're like an actor. That's crazy.
That
You sound great."
them having Andy Serkis is insane.
Like, Andy Serkis and Charlie Cox strike me as very expensive.
Yeah.
And I know that Andy Serkis has more money than he knows what to do with, so maybe he's just doing this because he wants to. And Charlie Cox is a giant nerd, so he probably is actually down for this. But even getting away from like the two TV and movie stars, like the rest of the cast is they're heavy hitters.
Well, I mean, Ben Starr was also a TV star
Uh
in the UK.
yeah, fuck it, I don't care. He's Clive.
Yeah, but I'm
But no,
saying like
he did
even
do
before he was Clive, he was still a
no.
TV star.
I I am aware. Like he did both TV and I think he did I don't know if he did movies. It might have been television movies, but yeah, these like well, I think all of these actors are television stars. Like the point is this is a very expensive cast, like
Yeah.
realistically speaking. I don't know how they could afford it. I don't like I hope they make their money back. I hope this game comes out and just fucking rocks
Yeah. There are other
because like
things that
jeez.
it's during a French historical period. Single player only, which I mean, great. Uh,
Yep.
Unreal Engine 5. Which I mean, obviously you could tell it looks Unreal Engine 5. It's very surrealistic approach. Reactive turn-based combat. There's a grappling hook. I mean, we gotta love grappling hooks. By the way, there's a grappling hook
The
in East 10.
Yes, you showed me. Yes. Look, grappling hooks always make for fun. Just
Mm-hmm.
it just does. Um, I'm a little I still can't get over the reactive turn-based combat. How have we never thought about this before? Or maybe someone has and I don't know.
I don't know.
Good on you, Sandfall. Good on you.
Uh, yeah. This
No,
doesn't
we've
think.
definitely done this before. I just couldn't think of where from.
Uh, it's when I saw Andy Serkis in there, right? I had the same feeling of when I saw the actor that plays Garp in the One Piece live action. Because I was like, everyone else in this show is relatively unknown. And then you got this guy playing Garp, who's like literally probably the most known actor in that series. All right. Uh,
Hmm.
Also fucking killing it. Um,
God, One Piece is such a weird fish. Like of all the anime that works in an adaptation.
Fucking Vincent Regan. All right, plays like it has. He was a character in 300. Um. Fuck. What else was he in? He's in a lot of shit.
No, yeah, he's established.
Yeah,
for sure.
he's very established.
He's a
It's just
veteran. He's a veteran. He's a
Clash
veteran
Clash
like
of the Titans,
actor.
Troy, Snow White, and the Huntsman. All right, like, he was an actor. And when I saw him as Garp, I was like, wait a minute. They sprung some money for an actual actor and not just like new people.
I'm surprised they could afford actors with the sets they were making.
Yeah, true. It's insane. By the way, I started One Piece.
I thought you'd already watched it.
No, I mean I started One Piece.
No,
Yeah,
not the anime,
yeah. On episode 30 or 31 now.
dude. Well, how do you?
I'm
Good
only
luck.
doing one day. I'm only doing one day a week. All right. It's every Sunday because that's one of the days that Hold on. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Salute.
Thank you. It's one of the days Evan's off because I'm watching with Evan.
Okay.
And yeah, I'm on episode 31 now. And so like we get done like maybe 15, 16 episodes in every Sunday night. So we're obviously going to go by it slow, right? There might be a week where I do
You just
with
said
the
15, 16 episodes. The fuck do you mean slow?
I mean no, this is
Like, don't get me wrong.
This anime's got
still-
1,100 episodes.
Yeah, it's like you're still gonna take forever to get there, but that's like 1,000. You're right, 1,100. Oh man,
Yeah.
happy
Anyway.
trails.
Yeah. I mean, that's been all right. I mean, I'm going through. I haven't got past the live action section yet, so we're just getting
No.
we're just getting into Arlong Park. So
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. I had, like I said, I had the same feeling I had when I saw the actor that played Garp. I was like, this is insane, all right? And Andy Serkis is even like even a bigger, more established actor,
Prolific
and
actor. Yeah.
and I'm thinking, only $50. Like, if this
Yeah.
game ends up being ridiculously good, all right, I am gonna freak out because I'm gonna be like, AAA companies, why can you not do this?
Well, okay. So I think there's an answer to this. We know that when we typically see a cast like this, it does come from like a big AAA like EA or something, right? And they're using these talent to get over the fact that they've put out a middling game. Because
Yeah.
whatever game it is like the 15th installment in a long-running series that died like 6 years ago. And it's just being kept afloat by the star power. This is a new French company
Mhm.
that sprung up during COVID. So, pwah, what a way to make a splash!
Yeah.
I just, I hope it works out because everything on paper sounds great. And when you listen to the trailer, like the cast trailer, which by the way is an awful trailer to get the cast across, but the trailer itself is
The
great.
voicing sounds good, so
Everything sounds fine. I just for calling it the cast
yeah.
reveal trailer,
Yeah.
you can't. They don't have like one snippet from everyone speaking, which is what I'm used to.
Yeah.
It's not like a get to know the cast, but
Mhm.
everyone sounds great. They look great. It's not an aesthetic that I love, but it is purposeful and it's being executed well.
Mhm.
Like this is a team that has a lot to lose. And this isn't just star power for the sake of star power. I mean, I'm sure it is to a small degree, like that is just how you get eyes on you on your
Yeah.
stuff. And I'm sure by having established this cast, a lot of people who put money into this project felt very, very good about this project.
Yeah.
So I
And
just this is like a scrappy young studio that has a point to make, and they're gonna make it through a bunch of great actors. So I mean, look, even if the writing is shit, it's gonna sound great coming out of their mouths.
um now what I need them to do, all right, if they really want to make their point, they need to put out a demo.
And I believe they will.
Yeah, they need to put
Yeah.
out a demo because that will solidify. That will if they believe in their product, all right,
Hmm.
and they can show that their product is going to be a good product through a demo, it will sell gangbusters. So, yeah, that they need to do that. So,
Do we even have like a release date?
no,
Isn't it just
it's
it's just a year?
2025. It's
Yeah,
2025,
it's just
yeah.
2025.
Yeah.
So,
So,
looking forward to. I imagine this won't be out before E3 time, or I guess games Summer Game Fest time.
it'll probably be
So
like
we'll probably see it
fall next
there.
year.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see
Oh, actually,
the
it says
next big
spring
trailer.
2025.
Spring.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind. Oh man. Then we'll start seeing them ramp up their their ad campaign, which maybe they can't afford, sometime at the beginning of the year, I imagine.
Either I mean, we'll probably get something at Game Awards.
So it's like April, May, probably an April, May release. Yeah, game. No, I'm sorry.
March, April,
What
May. Yeah.
what am I even thinking of? You are absolutely correct. There is
Yeah.
no way they don't have something prepared for
Game Awards. Yeah.
the Game Awards. That
Yeah.
is, yeah. I wasn't even thinking.
Yep. 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 Well, our favorite game series confirmed something this week.
Yeah, it sure did.
Um, Wilds will have 16 player lobbies, and you will be able to see
You'll
all
love to hear it.
16 players in town. So
Fantastic. I
it's not just a
mean,
gathering hub. The town is the gathering hub.
exactly. It is the best of both World and Rise. Except for maybe Astera. Astera wasn't great. But like the Gathering Hub in Celiana is wonderful. It's nice that the whole Gathering Hub is now the town, like in
Yeah.
Rise. Like this is fantastic. It's like it's just nice to see other people playing, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like an MMO feel without having like MMO stuff,
Which means
without changing
there
Monster
will be
Hunter.
sieges. There will be sieges.
Yeah, I can't imagine there won't be. I know sieges are actually I wouldn't call them divisive, but yeah, there's plenty of people that don't like sieges. Uh, what a bonus to us that sieges are an entirely optimal thing, or
Mm-hmm.
optional thing. I liked Safi well enough. I was never really keen on Kulturath, which is a shame
Yeah.
because I think her model is beautiful. I don't like her fight.
Yeah. But I like Safi
I
Jiva.
like yeah, no, Safi is great. And Safi also changes arenas, but it's always an arena. It's not just we're chasing him down the whole time.
Yeah.
Like they're actively running away. I want I genuinely want Kultroth to come back and to fight us. I don't want to just chase her for 15 minutes and then have a 5 minute kind of fight with her.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to fight that monster again. I think she's glorious, and I liked her fashion.
Yeah.
But yeah, seeing what they've done, especially with the Apex, with the even with the non-Apexes in this game, a siege would be a spectacle, and I cannot wait to hear them confirm that they exist. Probably after vanilla, it'll probably be a one of their patch
Yeah.
updates.
Yeah. It'll be an update. Yeah.
But I look forward to seeing whatever comes from it because I think realistically, you don't bother with uh, the 16 limit room for the sake of the room. I mean, maybe you do. Maybe it's just nice for us to pal around. I mean, we do enjoy doing shenanigans,
Dude,
but
what
like,
if the sieges have all of the hunters in the fight?
oh, full on Raviente? That'd be
Yeah.
sick.
Yeah,
That'd be sick. I don't
instead of
know.
it just being like four people fighting the same monster at the same time or whatever, they're just all in the fight.
That'd be interesting to see something like Lao or Shengoran or Raviente Dalamadur with
Yeah,
all 16 folks like actively doing different things, manning cannons, setting up bombs. Oh man, that'd be
that would be
sick.
sick. Yeah. Come on, Capcom.
Yeah. Oh, they won't do it, but they definitely should. I mean, they did it with Raviente, but that was mostly just, sitting around hitting a giant snake. So, that'd be cool.
Yeah, that would be cool. Oh man, I can't wait. I can't wait for the demo. Whenever they give us a fucking demo for
Yes,
Wilds.
and it's coming soon. It has to be coming soon.
Yeah, that's gotta be at Game Awards as well.
Yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Or the
Guaranteed.
announcement's gotta be at Game Awards.
Yeah, with the demo to follow soon after.
Yeah. So uh um Marvel Spider-Man 2 is gonna be releasing on PC January 30th. Woohoo.
Fantastic. I'm so happy that Sony is putting their stuff on PC.
It's a single player
Like, if
game,
we
so it
can
shouldn't require you to sign into a PlayStation Network account.
Oh, you know it will, though. They'll find a
Uh
way. They'll find a way.
maybe,
See, they
but
could have
they
gotten
haven't
away with making us sign in if they'd given us that excellent multiplayer fucking thing that they
yeah.
opted not to give. Man,
Well, you
I
you
didn't
don't
even pick up Spider-Man 2, and I was disappointed to hear that.
you don't have to sign in the PlayStation Network if you don't play the Legends mode on for
On Ghost of Tsushima?
Ghost of Tsushima, yeah.
Then I'm fine. I think that is the correct way to do it.
Yeah.
Like, I understand that if you're gonna have crossplay with your online, you want to sign in on your stuff. That's fine. But only when we're having to deal with the crossplay aspect.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting. I
Looking
still
forward to
haven't
seeing the
beaten.
mods.
Yeah. Yeah, true, yeah. But, everything's dead in the first 2 months of 2025 anyway, cuz I've got Tales of Graces F remastered, and then I've got
True.
fucking Monster Hunter Wild. So everything's just dead. If I have enough time, I'll play, what is it, the fucking Freedom Wars remastered.
Good luck finding that time, though.
Yeah. Yeah, when if I have a long Tales RPG to play, and then Wilds. So, well, I mean, I can. It's not like I could get through most of like most of Grace. Actually, I could beat Grace's F way before Wilds comes out. Um, Now if I decide to 100% Grace's F, that's a different question. But um,
Fair,
yeah.
fair, fair.
Um, so Bamco has canceled a lot of games this year,
It's not been a great year for them, no.
including apparently a contract they had with Nintendo, which is really bad. Um,
I'm curious about that because the only contract I can think of Bamco and Nintendo having is for Smash. And
um,
Sakurai is done with Smash for now, anyway.
there is a chance.
Hmm.
There is a chance that this
There's a chance.
deal with Bamco was maybe a Xenosaga game.
Ooh.
Bamco owns the rights to Xenosaga,
I did not know this. Fair enough.
just like Square owns the rights
Oh,
to
that's disappointing
Xenogears.
then. God, the Xeno series. Jesus. All right.
That's me. That's me speculating because that's the only attachment I know that Bamco really has um with Nintendo, and it's not even with Nintendo. It's with Monolith Soft.
With Monolith, yeah.
Yeah. So, that's just me speculating because I know while even in like the 25-year anniversary thing that Monolith Soft put out, they had Xenogears and Xenosaga stuff in it. But I still think the rights to each of those games still lies with like Square Enix and Bamco for Gears and Saga respectively. Um, but that's just me speculating. I don't know what else. I mean, I know one of the games that got canceled was a One Piece game.
Yeah, One Piece
Um,
in a Naruto game. Yeah,
yeah.
I so I feel bad for laughing at this because it's kind of fucked up. But the wording they use, as I recall, was we want to steer clear of some of our low effort games and put out more high quality stuff. And to then hear, yeah, Naruto and One Piece didn't make it. I'm like, yeah, that checks out.
Yeah. What?
And I know people are gonna get on my case because like Odyssey was good and like
Mm-hmm.
all stuff like that. But these are very low effort games. Like Bamco is two steps above shovelware when it comes to the way they deal with the anime side of things. And granted, I don't think they're usually developing it. Um, so I mean, maybe I'm a little hard on them, but if the games they made were of a higher quality, maybe they wouldn't have this issue and have to use these words and feel like really gross for using them. But it is what it is.
I mean, yeah. Uh, it's weird because, uh, who's making the Bleach game?
Uh, is it? I think that's still Bamco, and it's being developed by the Senran Kagura folk.
Okay.
I think Bamco is publishing that. I want to say that's correct, but it's being devved by the Senran Kagura folks, which people seem to be excited for. I don't play Senran
Oh yeah,
Kagura.
yeah. We're
I
good for
have
Souls. Yeah.
always Yeah, I've
Yeah.
always
It's a
thought that
Bandai
that
Namco.
was yeah, I've always thought the Senran Kagura stuff was pretty meh, visually, so I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, maybe I've been passing up on a pretty decent, like, hack and slash.
I was gonna say
Uh,
it's funny that One Piece and Naruto gets canceled, yet the Fairy Tail game still, Fairy Tail 2 still coming out. But that's Koei Tecmo, not Bandai Namco. So,
mhm.
and
One of the few anime games that aren't.
And Koei Tecmo can get away with it because they uh their games are always low rent almost, and
True.
they
Um,
always and they
Unless
almost
they're working for
always don't have
Nintendo.
dub. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I mean, that's something else that I guess it's not true of, Bandai Namco, but I feel like for a little bit there, they were just putting out games that were translated and not dubbed over, and I feel like that's to hardcore fans, they won't mind. They probably watch these series in Japanese anyway. But to get people like me, it has to be in English. You
If
can't
I'm
do that.
if I'm playing a video game, I and this is rich coming from me who plays the Trails games in
The
Japanese.
Trent series.
Uh
Yeah.
uh I really need my games to be English
In
dubbed.
English.
All
Yeah.
right. I I I can deal with the games not having a dub. I will complain about these games not having like I as I was just beating Atelier Ryza 2 today. I was sitting here like this game could have had a dub.
Uh, I can't believe that after the success of the Rise of series, they're not dubbing the new one. That
I am extremely pissed about that because
that is a
that is a
that's a
slap in the
fumble.
face. That is a
That is
slap in
a
the face
fumble. That's
because
crazy. Why would you do that?
it pisses me off so much just because of the producer of the Atelier games or whatever says, we thank our Western audience for supporting the Ryza
Yeah,
series,
exactly.
that's letting
Yeah.
us have more budget for the Yumiya game, and I'm like sitting here like, okay, more budget, and I'm fine with the game just actually looking more higher rent or whatever, but a dub.
There's a disconnect there, and it's obviously it's not the developer's fault. It's probably going to be to do with publishing or something. But the idea that you can say that a lot of our success is key to the broader audience, the non-Japanese audience coming in and taking an interest, and then for any decision maker to say, but we aren't going to better cater it to those audiences to establish a better continued support is insane to me.
I was so pissed when I read that. I was like, but you're not dubbing. All right. There are cheap voice actors. They will dub this game. They will voice this game. You don't have I they already don't get paid a lot. All right, guys.
I was about to say, like, cheap. I mean, cheap is just the de facto in the fucking industry because they're all getting taken advantage of all of the time.
It's not going to be that much. You don't have to get grade A voice actors for an Atelier series. You can get...
Okay, hold on.
You know what I mean?
Because I've been guilty of this. I do want to point out, we're not saying that these voice actors are bad. We're just saying that instead of they don't need to shell out for like a bunch of movie stars coming in to do voiceover. They can get voice actors, people who have done this in the industry, all the ones you know and love.
Like, you don't have to have Laura Bailey. All right? I would like you to have Laura Bailey.
It would be,
but I understand she's very expensive. And probably doesn't have time to do anime shit anymore. Because she's already not doing anime shit now.
It's true.
And I understand you don't need like that. You can't afford Troy Baker either. All right, that's fair. All right, but Matt Mercer exists, and if you just pay him some money, he will do it. Because I know Mercer just loves fucking voice acting.
Yeah.
So,
but even if it's not them, I've been saying this for years now. There is a whole new grouping, of like a whole new, like student year of voice acting, that you can grab. They cover the full range of voices. So you don't even need to go with veteran talent anymore. The floor's been raised so high by people like Alejandro, like Steven, like Amber, like Amelie. Like Amelie. Like there are so many people, and we all understand this is an anime game. We don't need it to be like Shakespearean. No, they can come in and do anime things. Now, granted, a lot of people will say that's why dubs suck. I mean, come on now.
Alejandro exists. He will voice in your game. You just ask him.
Presumably,
yeah. Well, you know, as long as you're not striked right now.
True. Facts.
As long as you're and honestly, to be fair, Koei Tecmo could be struck right now.
They could be struck right now, yeah.
And that would suck. But I mean, like, still, yeah, even still, yeah, I don't know. It makes me mad. I'm just like, come on, guys. It's actually not that hard. All right. Fuck.
No, like all things.
Falcom uses their entire budget on their JP voice cast, but they still get English voice cast.
Yeah. In order to get more out of this, more needs to be put in. That's all. It's just what it comes down to.
Yeah. Anyway,
and please put more into it, because this is the first Atelier game I've ever looked at, and I've gone, I kind of want to be a piece of that.
True. Actually, Evan also said that too. He was like,
yeah,
you know what? Maybe I'll play an Atelier game because this game actually kind of looks good.
I've never really cared about it before. Like, I've seen the appeal with Rise. It's hard to miss the appeal, but I've never bothered. And like, this is the first game that went like, wait, hold on, this feels like a actual game, and not just like a cozy game with waifus. What?
Yeah. Well, on another side of the Bamco thing, they've also started to shuffle people into the hyperbolic time chamber of windowless rooms to have them do nothing.
Yeah.
Because they can't fire them because Japan's really strict about firing.
It's illegal. You cannot. I don't believe you can just fire them, even with cause. Like, they would have to truly fuck up to be fired. And given that most of these workers have done nothing wrong, yeah, they can't be fired, and so Japan goes to the tried and true. They get put into a mostly windowless room with no work to sit and essentially find a new job.
All right. So here's the thing here. All right. Bamco, play chicken with me. Do it. What? I will straight up do nothing.
Oh,
I will straight up not do shit and get paid for it.
So yeah, this is the cultural difference, right? Like a lot of Americans see this and we go, well, that sounds like the fucking dream. I would just take my Switch and or Steam Deck and do that until I got work. Um, I don't know what's what causes this to actually work in Japan. I imagine it could be a case of not taking the hint makes it genuinely difficult to find work later on because this will probably be spoken of down the line at a time where our company was facing uh, big hurdles. When we asked them to leave, they didn't. They sat there and they were like a vampire in the company or something. This is what I imagine gets said, which I mean, word of mouth is probably pretty powerful in Japan amongst the
Yeah.
very older executive class. So that it probably could do meaningful damage to you from a work standpoint for ages. Still, you're within your right to do it.
Hey man, play fucking chicken with me. I swear to
Yeah,
fucking
that
God,
wouldn't work.
that wouldn't
Genuinely, it
work.
wouldn't
It
work in
wouldn't work
America.
on
It
me.
wouldn't
I'd
work
be
in America.
like,
Matter of fact, it wouldn't work in most places that aren't Japan. Like, it wouldn't work in the
yeah.
West.
I'd be
Yeah,
like,
no,
all right.
I would love that. Like, look, honestly, even if I didn't have something to play on, just the fact that I'm getting paid and not exerting myself, excellent, wonderful, fantastic.
Just I'll just input
Paycheck's a
ideas.
paycheck.
I'll just input ideas of like, hey, we could do this. Hey guys, we could do this. Oh, you just want me to be in this room? All right. Well, I'm gonna tell you that we could still do this. Uh, and while I won't be doing anything or whatever, I'm at least contributing. But also I'd be like, okay, well, and until they actually started like, because I'm sure it's not just them sitting in a room and not having anything to do. I'm sure there's a lot of like social pariahness going on within the company
There is
itself.
100%.
Um,
Like, yeah,
yeah, I'm sure it's like, why don't you take the hint and leave? Like, you fucking, scumbag, et cetera, et cetera. You're just not doing anything or something. They probably these certain people probably also get bullied and stuff like that a little bit, or like talked about behind their backs and shit. So,
I wouldn't be
I mean,
surprised. Not at all.
I'd understand that point of like leaving and finding another job that like actually kind of wants you to do work and stuff like that. But also, I'd say, fuck you guys. I'm getting paid to do nothing here. What are you guys doing? So,
Enjoying the video? Remember to like and sub. Helps out the channel a bunch, and we're grateful for everyone we get.
I don't know. I mean, I would use that time. So yes, I would use that time to find another job. But I would also use that time to sit and do nothing and just rake up money and just save it. But well, I mean,
Yeah, essentially give yourself a little severance package, right?
yeah, exactly. I'm like, well, I'm not exerting myself here. I'm just getting money, and I'm just gonna set it off to the side because I'll just buy conveni fucking lunches every day on the way to work.
But yeah,
So
Bamco kind of, and it's always rough to say this because you never know the future. But
yeah,
Bamco set themselves up for this failure.
yeah,
Pretty horrendous. They acknowledge it again. They've stopped. They want to stop putting out their shovelware.
hmm
Um, and they realize they need to start putting out products that have like worth. And of course, all this comes after, as I think I've spoken about on this show at least twice, the monumental flop that is Blue Protocol. And
but Sparking Zero did good.
as Sparking Zero sold 3 million copies in 24 hours.
Yeah, it
That's
is a Dragon
insane.
Ball game.
So like we said, polish matters. But yeah, BP killed a small section
Yeah, yeah,
of their business. So
yeah.
that's pretty hurtful. And I'm surprised they didn't try to bring it over for like 3 months to get all the suckers who were
Yeah,
waiting
yeah,
on it
because
for three
people would,
years.
yeah, people would have bought in there. Hell, I probably would have paid something on it.
I
To be
would have
fair,
popped in. I mean, like I think the global market could have salvaged that short term. I don't think there's a long term save to it because the game itself was flawed. But I think short term they could have salvaged a small piece
yeah,
of that. Um, but people who are
fuck.
smarter than I am said no,
They could have just machine
and they
translated the entire game and didn't have to pay for
people
localization.
still would have yeah people
Played it,
still would
still
have
would have
popped
played it.
in.
Yeah,
Um,
Fucks
But yeah,
people
people
still
smarter than
fucking
me
play
understood that.
Monster Hunter Frontier, and that's fucking like halfly machine translated.
Don't call me out like that.
I'm just
Yeah, but
saying.
upside is you're correct. We know that Sparking Zero has been in development for a very long time, but it is Sparking Zero that they needed now, and
Yeah.
3 million in 24 hours is crazy numbers.
Hey,
Like,
man,
no, it's not Call of Duty, but
they're remastering Tales games, and they need to remaster the ones that need it. So that will definitely inject some money into them.
I'm
So
curious about this because I can't imagine the Tales won't sell. But what are the numbers are we expecting? Are we expecting like metaphor numbers where it's like a
oh no,
million?
God, no,
No,
I
because
do
they're
not.
older, right? So they're probably just going to be
I
sold to the
I don't
existing
expect that.
fan base.
I don't expect that for Grace's F. I expect probably maybe a cool million for Zillia and Zillia 2.
Yeah. I would like, yeah,
Uh
that's what I expect. Like Zillia and Zillia 2 because they have an excellent reputation.
I
Abyss
expect
because
Abyss to sell a lot
and if they would,
because
this
that's
wouldn't be
word
a
of mouth.
remaster.
That's word of mouth.
Yes. That is everyone saying, "Look, guys, this is potentially the best the Tales game. Just
Yeah.
fucking play this, please."
This is the Tales game.
And the other games that I think would like do gangbusters wouldn't be remasters. They would have to remake them. Because I
Yeah.
mean, you could just remaster Tales of Fantasia and just put out a sprite game, but I think you should probably
Remake that.
consider remaking Fantasia, Destiny, and
Destiny.
Destiny 2.
Yeah. And
Like
Abyss.
those three
Remake Abyss
games.
as well,
Um, yeah, if you remake Abyss, fuck yes, I am in. But if you remaster Abyss and just give it to me so I can finally
Also, fuck
play it
yes,
on
I'm in.
PC, fuck yes, I'm in. Like, also, hey, listen, for the US version, can we just get the actual opening? I
Yeah.
like the instrumental is cool. I mean, it's Bumper Chicken, there's great instrumentation, but I
Well,
understand it's Japanese. I want
here's
to
the thing.
listen to it.
It's on PC, so even if we don't get it,
I'm gonna
mods.
get it regardless. You're right. Oh, silly me. Oh, God. What was I even? You're right. Good man. Good
So it
man.
doesn't even matter. It doesn't like the only reason they
Doesn't
didn't
even
do it is
matter.
because they couldn't license it or whatever. And while I assume that they probably could license it now, even if they don't, I don't care. All right,
Yeah, I'm still
there's
gonna
going to
put it
be a
in
mod
myself.
that replaces it with the original or with the actual
Oh
lyric
man,
version.
I love that song so much.
Yeah. And it wouldn't even be a hard mod. Hell, we'd probably be able to do it
No.
ourselves. We just find the FMV file and fucking in the game.
Yeah, like that is a day 1 hour 1 mod.
Yeah. Yeah, so yeah. I expect the Tales series to inject a little bit of money into them. Not gangbusters money. Like if they ever did remake Abyss, or that would just due to word of mouth or whatever.
Yeah,
I
because I
know the
think people would sell
moment,
that.
yeah, the moment they say Tales of the Abyss, everybody is fucking tweeting out saying, "Hey, we are if there is a Tales game you need to fucking play, it is this fucking game. I don't care if you play any other Tales game or whatever. This game is the one you play. It is the one you buy. It is just the one that you because it is the Tales game."
Tales of Abyss and Tales of Berseria are, and I guess Vesperia, but lower on the rung, are
Yeah.
the Tales games that I put side by side with the best Final Fantasy game.
Yeah.
Like this is it's the same but different.
Yeah.
Like this, like if you like Final Fantasy games, there's no reason why you haven't played Abyss,
Mhm.
Berseria, and Vesperia.
Yeah.
Like holy shit!
Yeah. I agree.
Oh, I've gotten so excited over this thing that may not even happen. I want it. I want this Abyss remaster so bad.
Yeah. Hashtag maybe one day. Uh, but also, and maybe one day, is that the FTC announced that they are applying a click to cancel rule that will require companies to allow you to let you cancel any product or subscription with one click, and that long difficulty cancellation processes will be illegal. This doesn't go
Yeah,
into effect until next year, and that is a
also true.
maybe.
Yeah, and that's a big part is because a bunch of different um company backed organizations are going to argue against this aggressively.
Yeah.
Like being able to entrap you in their system is kind of the point.
Mm.
So, like this is just a straight up boon for the
Disney
consumer.
don't
This
want this. Disney don't want this.
Disney doesn't want this. None of your gyms want this. Like
Oh
that's the big
yeah.
one that comes to my mind. Is at all these gyms you have to come in, you have to talk to me face to face. You can't do it online, can't do it over the phone.
Yeah.
Like it's fine. Like all these little things that you can sign up for honestly with one click. Like I'm like this is what you're getting, like all this online stuff. The fact that they're letting you opt out with a click to is huge. This is not helpful to any company at all. This is strictly a consumer facing move.
Hmm.
And I love it. I love it. I hope that
Yeah.
whatever arguments the companies make against this get laughed all the way out of the
Hmm.
hearings,
Yep.
and I hope this goes into effect when it is intended to. Like I have no notes. Thank you. This is
Yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah. That's the same. I hope this goes through as well. I know the law in California that requires companies that when you're buying a video game, a digital video game, that
Yeah,
they are required to let you know that it is you are buying a
license
license and you do not own the game.
the product. Yeah,
So yeah.
exactly. So for
So
anyone who got I think everyone at this point has finally gotten the Steam update. This is
yeah,
what that is about.
yeah. Because I think
Like
Steam
this is
just did it
directly
all
what that's
around.
about.
I think Steam just did it all around and not just in California. So
Yes, and I'm kind of curious as to what Steam's plan there is because Steam has always been forthright about if for whatever reason it had to shut down one day, there are systems in place. But I guess that's just words, right? And this makes
yeah,
it clear that
yeah,
if that were to never happen, they don't owe us anything.
yeah.
Uh
But Steam's
Good
been
old
never really.
games.
Yeah, yeah.
GOG had a great
God,
fucking
yeah, yeah,
laugh about this. Like, even if we ban you, you own the shit that you bought through us.
yeah.
So
You're like, you know that anytime you buy a, they're like laughing because they're like, "Ha, we don't have to do this because you own the games you buy here." um,
but it was something that they said that threw me off, and I hadn't considered. Like, I'm a good boy. I'm never gonna attempt to be banned for by doing anything stupid because I have thousands of dollars on my Steam account.
yeah.
I would be if I lost my Steam account, I would be fucking devastated. Especially
Um,
because that's where I'm moving my whole life over to. But they did point out that if you're banned on Steam, you lose that. That you don't have that anymore.
yeah,
I have I've
that's
never
actually
once thought about
something
that.
that has came into relevancy literally last night. My friend got his my friend's Steam account got banned last night. Permabanned. Not even his
Oh
fault either. Not even his fault.
what
Somebody
what?
somebody somebody got onto his account and used cards to buy stuff. All right, and the person that owns the cards or whatever started doing chargebacks, and Steam doesn't fuck with chargebacks. So
No, this is true.
the moment you get a chargeback, you get the moment you start chargebacking stuff on Steam, you immediately get permabanned.
Damn.
So
Holy
it
shit.
especially sucks for him because he had Counter-Strike skins.
Oh, ew, I don't even have that kind of money invested in Steam, but yeah,
Yeah.
that's
I know he's in talks with the support, but he's also looked up that almost everybody that's had this like type of issue or whatever
has lost. Yeah.
has not never gotten their Steam account back. Yeah, so
That's heavy, man. Like that is
yeah,
I it was a fear that I didn't have until GOG unlocked it.
yeah,
And now you have established real fear.
yeah.
Oh man.
The one thing about GOG, that I guess is kind of good. Well, I guess is good or bad depending on what side you're thinking about, or whatever. GOG does end up um because their stuff has to be DRM free, all right? Their stuff ends up
Yes, yes,
being an
yes.
avenue for people to pirate.
This is true. This is true. But to be fair, as I understand it, and I might be wrong about this. Like I said, I am a good boy.
Hmm.
Don't pirates tend to crack most Denuvo games in like a month?
So it depends, all right?
Oh,
Because
does it? Okay.
they're it depends on what Denuvo game. Because I'm gonna go ahead and let you know, Persona 5, Persona 3, and I'm assuming Metaphor still is not ever going to be cracked because
Interesting.
they may have had Denuvo, they have never been cracked.
Oh, okay. I thought the DRM stuff wasn't like it's I've never heard anyone say that it is a shield. I've always heard it said that it's a temporary measure that is going to be broken. But
Yeah.
I guess there are exceptions that are actually just good implementations.
Yeah, because I was curious as to see if there was a crack for Metaphor or whatever, and I went down a Reddit list, and they said that even Persona 3 still hasn't even been cracked yet, and neither has Persona 5. So there is a high
Interesting.
chance that if you want to play Metaphor, you need to buy it because it's not going to get cracked.
I think you should. I think it is actually
Well,
absolutely worth the price. I think most of the series is. But yeah, no, DRM like I understand DRM. DRM, and the reason why I guess the first month is the only thing that matters is those initial sales are the biggest return on investment that the companies are going to see.
mm-hmm,
So, um, I guess it's fair in that regard that even that after a month, it becomes less and less important to keep that. My only issue with DRM is that it'll occasionally impact games, and most of the time I don't notice. Most of the time I don't give a shit. Doesn't affect me. And then there are the Resident Evil 8s and or I guess Village and Tekken 7, wherein it very much did. And I
mm-hmm.
didn't love that. Didn't love that at all. Um, but regardless, hey, no big thing. I think it's fine that
I do have an update on the Refantasia thing, but I will say it after the
oh,
podcast.
oh god. Okay,
Yeah.
fair enough.
Yep.
Uh, but yeah, no, like just it was something that I was curious about.
Yeah. Um. Yeah. I mean, a big dub for FTC if they can get this through. I know that we're getting into an age where I think we're gonna start seeing actually a lot of legislation for video game stuff coming up soon just because of how prevalent it's being just
Mhm.
across the market in general. People are being
Yeah.
people are wanting companies to be more geared towards consumers, and the FTC is seeing that, and they I'm sure they're trying to find an avenue in which they can do that. So, I mean, they're trying to do their job, so hopefully, um,
I mean, it's nice to see the FTC do work that is so visible by the
yeah,
consumers, 'cause,
yeah,
obviously, they're always doing something, but so rare is it that we can actually understand it. It's nice.
hmm yeah. I'm I'm pretty happy to see it. But that is it for the news this week. I think that's all we got. Um, what do you got planned? What do you got planned for this week?
I need to beat Metaphor
Yeah,
before I continue to work myself into a tizzy and forget to beat this game. It'll
yeah,
be the first Persona game I've beaten since 3, and I do not mean Reload.
yeah. That's fair.
So yeah, God, Atlas killed it this year.
Yeah, they had
Atlas, please,
three had three games come out this year.
more than that, right? They
No,
have the
Persona 3 Reload. They had
yeah,
Shin Megami Tensei 5 Vengeance.
correct.
They Metaphor ReFantasio.
Oh, because I'm thinking of Sega, because Sega
Yeah,
also
yeah,
had,
yeah, they had
fair, fair, fair,
Yakuza.
fair, fair, fair.
Yeah, true.
'Cause they had Yakuza, they're getting the Sonic game. So yeah, it's been a great year for them. Please bring Unicorn Overlord to PC. I don't wanna have to buy that on my PS5. I will, it looks amazing.
It's a Vanillaware
I would
game,
rather
it's
have
never
it.
hitting PC.
I know. What is this guy's issue?
Mm.
Fine. But anyways, my plan
They just don't like it for some
they just
reason.
don't fuck with PC.
Yeah,
I'm gonna play more Metaphor. I'm probably gonna jump in and finally beat Ben Star.
yeah.
Um, Prometheus. I should start using the character's name. I'm gonna beat Prometheus. More Balatro and a lot of interviews.
Well, that's the getting the job life.
Yeah, I think it's not even a lot of interviews. It's just what I have to do. You know.
Yeah.
What about you? What's your plan? Hey,
Well, I was gonna grab a Tellurizer 3. All right. That game's like 100
just like the
bucks.
series. Wow. What?
Yeah, it's 60 for the base game and then 44 for the season pass, which comes with like
Oh,
6 DLC and shit like that. So,
it's a good amount of DLC though.
I am going to wait on that.
Hold off on that for a bit. Fair. Fair,
Yeah.
fair.
Um, East 10 does come out this week.
Does.
I wanna play East 10, so I
Oh, you
probably
gonna?
will pick up East 10. Yeah.
Hey,
Um,
fair.
it is a based video game. Um, if somebody joins me on Satisfactory, I will play Satisfactory. Um, but like I said, I'm currently at a point where I kind of need multiple people. So I will hold off on that until I get multiple people to play. Um, yeah, I might play an ARAM here or there. I do have friends that like to play League of Legends here and there. So and I will probably only play. Actually, there is quick play. There is quick play now in League. So
I thought there was quick play.
do what?
Wasn't I thought that was always a thing.
Not back when I played.
No, look, I don't know why I don't take
Yeah,
anything I say seriously.
yeah.
I don't know enough.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know when quick play was added, all right, but there's quick play, and that is like you select two champions that you want to play and the roles that you want to play them in, and you will get thrown into a game where you're playing either one of those champions in that role or whatever, and that
Oh, holy crap, that's crazy. No, no, no. I don't know what I was thinking of. It was not that.
yeah that and that can be that the team comps that can happen
Could be
are very
fucked.
crazy. That
Yeah, I
can
bet.
I saw what I saw a Fiora a Fiora Zeri bot
Say
lane
bot.
with
Yes,
yeah
it's season 1 again.
yeah
User
I
bot
saw
lane.
I saw a Fiora Zeri bot lane with a Graves top, all right. In one
I mean,
game,
I
so
can see a Graves top
I mean a
actually, but
Graves top, yeah.
oh man,
But there was like there
that's so
was
great. I
there was
love
two
that.
ADCs and a bruiser, and that bruiser was and that bruiser was a
I
fucking
love
a
that.
support. All right, so um, so yeah, that actually might be interesting to play because there are a couple of champions I do like playing, and I could like play them in just like the whatever fucking random role or whatever. So um, that just might be fun and not for like a serious fucking League of Legends game where I'm just like, all right, I'm just playing fucking dumbass, like I'm playing season 1 over again, you know?
Yeah, no, that sounds great.
Yeah.
That so long as people don't get like salty and try hard in this mode, yeah, that sounds like it could be genuine good fun.
And typically a lot of people apparently play it, so
All right, so it's gonna be salty and try hard and toxic. That's a shame.
well, I mean like that might a lot of people probably like casually play it like or whatever. So like I mean, it's probably the thing that people like go towards or whatever when they're like obviously when you're first starting to play fucking League of Legends or
Yeah,
whatever.
of
So
course, of course.
um
Also, sounds like a great way to finally be able to test certain champions that you
yeah,
wouldn't play
yeah.
otherwise.
Yeah, it does seem like a way to like play champions. What else? Uh, yeah, I think that's it. Um, I would be playing my fucking Fractured Daydream Sword Online game, but like I don't have anybody to play that with, or whatever. And
Sorry.
I could play with random people or whatever, but like
It's not the same. I know.
yeah. I mean, I downloaded Mantra Mox just to fuck around with it. I obviously I beat it on the PlayStation, but I never beat it on PC. So,
Fair.
and I still have the Metaphor Prologue demo to go through. So maybe, or to finish. So maybe we'll see on that one. But yeah, that's me. Um, yeah, and I'm sure if Leek was here, they'd say I'm gonna do, GTA RP and some cozy farm game. So
Well, I hope they're doing that cozy farm game as they get better.
yeah, but that's about it. Close us out, Dole.
Well, as per always, thanks for joining us today. If you enjoyed what you heard, you can find us here every other week. At
Depends.
We're trying to be weekly about it. You can find us at
Yeah.
YouTube at Perpetual Backlog Podcast, or if we have our lovely Leek with us at twitch.tv/LeekWibbles. So, whatever you choose to listen to us, remember to show us some love with a like, a follow, or something down in the comment section. That said, I've been Dollet, he's been Aqua, you've been amazing, and we'll see you in the next one. Be good now.
Bye.
Before you go, remember to like, comment, and sub to us. Not only does it help out the channel and let us know what you're into, but it also makes you 100% cooler than everybody else. I checked with Aqua. It's definitely